Welcome to Warrior Class.
Where the teachers whip ass.
And you will too if you pass.
Hey. This episode is the breathe in, breathe out episode. We're going to be dealing with doing some deep breathing and breathing to build power. If you have to defend yourself, things of that nature. So
your destination is on the right.
As soon as we have gotten into a little bit of news. So what news? Oh, first, let's welcome new member Lawrence Williams. Welcome, Lawrence.
Welcome, Lawrence.
Peace, Lawrence. What's going on? Glad to have you.
We are going to deal with some news, except we're not dealing with what everybody's talking about in the news.
Listen, if you bring one baby McDonald's, you got to bring them all McDonald's. Is that what we talking about?
Right. They've been snatching folks off of YouTube and stuff for bringing that kind of job up.
Yes, they have.
Like any other.
Now, I want to give a shout out though to a lot of people don't know nothing about these folks, but to Drive Through RPG. Drive Through RPG made a big statement about there was this writer who I won't name, this white RPG creator, he's known as a white supremacist, but kind of teeters on the plays game with it, one of the smart white supremacists. He makes this game about these people traveling, and then they have to go to this town, and in that town they're forced to abort babies, and then they're fighting against people aborting the baby, that kind of thing, right? So Drive Through RPG, they didn't say it was about that or him, but the timing, they basically were saying, look, any aggressive marketing, racism, anti-LGBTQ, they're giving you one warning if you do anything like that, and then they're putting your ass off up there, right? These Drive Through RPG, they can do that because they basically have a monopoly on pushing role-playing games, right? Especially from the biggest to independents, they push them off, right? Everybody sells through them. And they're like, we're giving you one warning, next time we're kicking you off. And so the racists are mad, of course they're talking about free speech and all of that. And I'm cool with free speech, but I'm also cool with giving you these free hands if your ass is talking too crazy. So free speech goes along with the consequences of free speech. Drive Through RPG just gave you some consequences. You should say whatever you want to. Just get your ass out of here. Can't say that in our house, and I'm with that. My child can't tell me they just cursing, call me a bastard or something, and then talk about free speech when I lay them hands on them. I'm going about my crib. You can't now talk about free speech. You got free speech. You free to say, call me all kinds of bastards, but you got to do that out there, right? So I just wanted to give Drive Through RPG a shout out because that was bold. You were upset. The racists, and they coming out the woodworks, making all kinds of videos, and puffing and puffing and shit, and it's great. But I'm also being able to see the racists who are intelligent, who are handling this job intelligently. Those are the dangerous ones because they aren't being emotional. They're handling the things they're saying, right? So, now if we talk about one McDonald's, the other McDonald's, then okay, well, one side, whatever side you agree with, you got to give the other side as much speaking time or shine. That You know, if that's the case. So if somebody disagrees with us on here, you know, I'll say it. Like I said, they can get all the shine they want. I'm not blocking nobody's shine. Just get their ass off of this channel. I'm serious about that. You know, for me, free speech only goes so far. Because if it's harmful, it's got to go. You got to go. You know, I'm not the government. Damn this government. Damn its constitution, because it's never done us any good. So I go off of what is good for us. And if somebody is talking crazy, it's not good for us or good for me, or not good for my head or my heart, let it go. You know. So you have free speech. Just, you know, somewhere else. All right, that's just me, y'all. That's not Black Power Media's opinion. That's mine. Y'all know. All
These
right.
opinions expressed are the views of Baba Balagoon Otitade.
All power to the people, Ariana Gladney. Yes, all power to the people.
It's a little bit of,
yes.
Now, just to say a little bit of news is that recently, let me pull this up so I can address it properly. So there was a group of Nazis showed up to a community library to harass a reading group. Now you can pull this up on the Black Media page, and the story is on there. And it doesn't really say it doesn't say a lot, but it shows the video of them basically walking in and just, like you said, freedom of speech. They walked in these people's place and they started talking crazy to them. They had the signs outside, and luckily it doesn't look like nothing happened, but it also doesn't look like the book reading group was prepared to protect themselves. And, you know, I always think about that saying that it's better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in the war. And just something to think about. You could be minding your business. You know, I'm sure that nobody in this reading group ever imagined a group of Nazis showing up and coming in a place of establishment and harassing them, because nobody thinks that's going to happen like that. So it just goes to show you, man, there's a lot of bold attempts. Look like there's strategically happening at this particular time. This is the weekend of the 4th of July. So I just want to urge everybody to, if you can't see my shirt, don't think it's a pride because it's red, black, and green. That's saying nah, not NFL. It's saying nah, like with the money symbols. But anyway, I just want to urge everybody to be like Baba says, stay chiseled. You know, don't be aware of your surroundings, you know, and, you know, have a plan when you go out. If you go out with your family, whether it be just a couple, have a plan if something happens, if you get split up or whatever, if you're going out somewhere. So I would just urge everybody hope everybody stays safe during the weekend and period.
And I'll add to that, like, I don't really think about the holidays, and there may be several of us that don't. I actually had some plans to go out on Monday, and then I started thinking about, and the place that I was going would be a place that there might be some of these kind of people that showed up at the library. But I don't think about the 4th of July. You know, I don't think about those because it's not something that I feel like has anything to do with me. So, you know, even though these holidays don't have anything to really do with us, especially those of us who really know what's going on, we still have to consider them in the broader context of what's going on around us and, you know, what the people around us might be doing.
Exactly.
Now I'll say this real quick. Site 5, African Invention, says if Africa is where life begins and they are gods, then they're laughing. Why do Africans risk their lives to be amongst Europeans but slay each other in tribal wars? Goopy as fuck. There's a picture of a white woman, Type 5 African invention. If Africans where life begins and they are gods, laughing. First of all, it's not funny. I won't say what I want to say. I won't say what I want to say.
Wait, what's that? What you
Is that in
reading?
the chat, Baba?
Yeah, Type 5 African inventions. If Africa is where life begins and they are gods, laughing, crying, laughing. First of all, you should be crying because
I don't see that.
Well, I don't see that. That's funny. Somebody must have deleted it or something.
no, I don't know. Why do Africans risk their lives to be amongst Europeans? Who? If you know what group you're in, number one, these Africans aren't risking their lives to be amongst Europeans. And you're talking about Caucasians, there are some Caucasians in here, and we unite with them, but we're not risking our lives to be amongst them either. So what are you talking about? Be amongst Europeans.
I don't see that coming, but I see
But slay each other in tribal wars. First of all, hold on a second. That's another thing. This person is just trying to be inflammatory, because also talking about tribal wars. We're not tribes.
Boom, Germania.
And you're goopy as fuck. You're goopy as fuck to not use proper terminology when you come on here, to laugh at, because some people believe that we are God, so to laugh at their beliefs. So fuck you. That I said I didn't want to say it, but yeah, let me say it because free speech. Fuck you.
For sure.
How about that? Normally, I deal with it a little bit. I still snap on you, but I deal with it more intelligent. But today is one of those days where I got time. Fuck you.
Yeah,
Now,
forget whoever that is.
if we
So-
get back to, they said, don't do it to him, bye-bye. I don't know if it's him, heard what it is, Comrade Kwame. I just did it. Anyway, it said, Franny Prince said, Belay set it to live chat to see the comment.
I'm in live chats. We
Me
both
too.
in live chats.
Yeah.
Let me see. Our manifesto said, I'll say it. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Thank you for the comment for the Tia.
You're in warrior class. In that class. This ain't good in that class. So we're gonna deal with you exactly like you want, whether you spent or whatever.
Well, not exactly.
Not like you want.
Yeah, it's not exactly like you want.
But,
As
you know,
good as it can get,
type
I
on
do
these
this
keyboards.
on here. You keyboard combatant ass punk. Our school is in Atlanta. And now, one place I'm not gonna give you because it's somebody's home. The other place is that Train or Die. You can look it up. We're there on Monday. I'll be there this Monday, 7 to 9. Come and speak and say what you just said and laugh about us being gods there. Punk.
I would suggest that when you get in your car on the way that you just drive into a tree. Don't even come to class, you know?
Well, but it's funny.
Just,
I had somebody, call. Send me a message. They ain't called. Saying they're gonna come to one of our workshops, whoop my ass, and I was laughing and shit. I said, please come on. In fact, don't send me no money for the workshop. You have a free ticket. Come on. I got time for all of that. You don't just say what you're going to say. Now, that person didn't threaten me, but I'm just saying. So, person threatened me, and I invited them. I just invited them to class just now. I didn't say I was going to, I just invite them to class because I'm a loving person. I am the lamb, and I want to. People strike at me or say stuff crazy. I just want to embrace them. So come to class. Let me say that.
The thing about that, they went out of their way to come to the show
right
when it's live to make that sort of comment. So that just lets you know, what kind of person it is. It's just there's a bunch of Facebook groups that are dedicated to African history, and they talk about, the different things that we definitely don't learn in school, and it's not common knowledge. And all through the comments on those pages is people jumping on saying stuff like that. It's like, why are you here?
Well,
you
what? You know what?
It's been a minute since you dealt with these stone thuggers. That's all.
Psych 5, I'm saying, okay, buddy. Yeah, okay. Well, whatever you're saying okay to me saying fuck you or inviting you to my school. If you come to the school, my advice would be to just watch. But everybody who gets on the mat, we have a saying, the mat is the truth.
Yeah, bro.
So you're invited to come speak your truth. And it is okay, buddy. Now, if you're a woman, you just be on the mat, and one of the sisters shakes your hand, fine.
I was gonna say.
But, I won't shake the hand of a woman. I won't, unless, somebody's in danger of their life. But, if you're a dude,
if you don't have any haters, you aren't doing something right, comrade.
That's absolutely. That's absolutely. If you don't have any, you aren't doing something right. And if you don't answer those haters, they'll keep on with their bullshit.
Yeah, let's move on. We don't want to give them too much energy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yes. We'll see you when we see you. But
starting back at the beginning on 2 times speed, we know the remixers got to catch the context before we get into it. Yes.
So one thing I did want to straighten out is Comrade Kwame, the reading I was talking about, that was not a drag queen reading. That's not what I was talking about.
You attack somebody at a drag queen reading too?
No, that happens all the time, as from what I could. But yeah,
I don't know anything about the drag queen readings.
I didn't know they were reading the children at like a specific.
Oh, I did see that. Now I have seen videos of these.
They were doing story time.
Yeah, story time. This is a black book club. It was no drag queens present for as I saw, and it wasn't like for children. This was adults that were there. It wasn't at a school either, so this isn't the same thing.
And that wouldn't necessarily be warrior news.
Were they reading something offensive? Because why did to white people? Because why did the Nazis show up?
I think from what I gathered, this was just this was more like a RBG type of coffee house hangout spot, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was the location more than they knew it was a book club happening at 7:00. You know what I'm saying? I think it was more about that location.
Cat's getting bold. Okay. Well.
Yeah. Yeah. But in the right place. They know where to be bold at.
When Ominiki said about, this weekend, she doesn't, deal with fourth me either. But you got to be careful because one of our students, and he's a big dude. Kalani just mentioned this on Remy's Morning Show. It's one of our students. He's a master instructor, as a matter of fact, and he's huge. He's a big dude. 230 pounds, 240 pounds, 6'2", muscular. White supremacists at Kroger tried to set him up to attack him. So first it was one talking stuff. Big nigga, this, that, and jumping in his face and trying to push him to, come at him. So he was like, look, step off, man. He said, I see you with your white punk and all this. I'm like, man, step off. And as he stepped into the dude, he starts to notice other people in the side aisles, other skinheads, white supremacists and whatnot. They were setting him up. to get him to move away from his wife, and they may have been wanting to move away from Sarita, his wife, so they could attack her. You got to be careful. Stay chiseled out here because you never know.
And stay thinking. Don't get caught in your emotions, because right then he could have got caught up beating his chest. You know what I'm saying? And not be thinking clearly. So
You don't want to say that too much because I just baited the person. I want them in their emotion. Somebody's like, Rabbi, in his emotions? Not at all. Because when you step, B-Lay, I tell you, he stepped to me one time and I didn't even know it.
Oh, right.
And
okay, I was about to say, wait a minute.
Ready to move on him. This is before I knew him like that. There were people ready to move on him.
Listen, I wasn't stepping to him. I was trying to sneak. You know how you see somebody you know and you try to sneak up on them while they talking? That's what it was. I wasn't trying to move on him.
You weren't trying to move on me. We were doing this show together, but
right. I couldn't get to him.
It's not an easy thing. So there's always strategies in effect. Stay chiseled. You never know who's what they're plotting, including that person, right? That person. That's a good example. You never know what they're plotting.
More than likely, they just stump thugging.
Because the crazy thing is, if a woman did show up to class and that was a woman talking crazy, right? They would love to see me putting my hands on which ain't gonna happen. They would love to see me putting my hands on a woman. They would love that. Oh boy, and see me taken out in cuffs with that shit. You're not gonna see that, huh?
It wouldn't happen.
Oh no, no. I pride myself on being a little bit better than that, and I pride myself on having students with a little bit more astuteness than that too. Ain't work. Now with that,
you might catch me jacking up a woman. I don't know.
That book club thing. When you said they weren't ready to defend themselves, probably not. It's a book club. But there always should be people around,
right,
ready to defend. You know what I mean? That's terrible. And it said it was a children's event, so I mean there were children there.
No. That was Kwame talking about it. That was the comrade was talking about a different altercation.
So
yeah.
Even that altercation, okay. There were children at that. So white supremacists were there too. This is insane.
Drag queens was there too. That's insane. Which I don't even know which ones I'd rather be there. I don't know. I'm confused about the whole thing because of the children.
They can all be there together as long as they're not where we are.
I'd have to read the thing to know exactly what's going on with that because it sounds.
The one I seen, the drag queens were dancing, like they were stripped, like it was almost like a strip show, but they wasn't taking off all their clothes, but they were dancing, and it was just, I don't know. Let's just talk about something.
Yeah, I don't want to delve into it that much, but just for clarity, the one that I saw is like brother Kwame was talking about, Comrade Kwame was talking about. Basically, it's something that they're using to normalize that to children, which is having drag queens come in and read to them at the library, just like it's just a regular thing.
Comrade Kwame said, "No, that one was sane." No, he said, "No, that one was insane." He's talking about something else.
Yeah, it was. I seen those too.
There's a lot going on this week, obviously. I've been down, so I haven't been seeing stuff. Injured my back last Saturday, so I've been, in bed most of the time. The nonviolent movement frequently travel with those who would defend them.
I think he meant who wouldn't. Oh, who would defend them? Yeah, he right. Like when Dr. King, he had a group around him that was armed. You know what I'm saying? So I get what he's saying.
King was armed. So a lot of people don't know that King.
Right.
Yeah, he had a pistol in his Bible, or revolver. Now, there's nothing. We should all be able to defend ourselves, but the reality is, all of us are not prepared. So, if I'm somewhere, I see a book club, right? I look to see are there any people around that look like they're prepared, that seem alert, that seem if everybody's heads in the book, and I'm not tripping on that because hell, I sell books, so I wish a book club be reading mine, but have somebody watching the door or something. You know what I mean? During this time, we have to try to be as safe as possible. The Quran says, "Some watch while others pray," and that's great advice. Some should watch while others pray. Some should watch while others read. Some should watch while others play. If we take our children to the park and they're all playing, and we all drinking and keying,
right?
We're off. No, somebody not watching the babies. I've been to events like that, and I'll be just standing off to the side, watching everything to make sure we're safe. Because somebody got to do it. Hopefully, more than one, so the burden's not just all on one person. But if I'm somewhere and I see a lack in security like that, I have to take up my post.
Okay. You go.
All right. Any other news?
That's all I have, man. Y'all be careful. And remember, hey, you know what? All the fireworks and stuff, man. How about y'all remember that this ain't for y'all. Y'all put this out there for other people too. Remember that we got veterans with PTSD. We got animals and different things of that nature when you're out there today or the night, or you decide to do all these fireworks and stuff. A lot of that's not cool for people with people. You know, a lot of that causes a lot of anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, go somewhere where you isolate, or go to something if you want to. You know what? Why are y'all celebrating? Nobody should have fireworks. What am I talking about? That's the wrong group to even be talking about this. I'm sorry. Let's get. I just got mad.
I tell you.
You see y'all pop some fireworks.
I had ordered pizza one time back in Chicago, right? And I'm waiting for the pizza person to come. It's nighttime, and a police light hits my window.
Oh.
I hit the floor, reach under the couch, grab what I was going to grab. I started making my way downstairs, tactically. I just came home, okay, from the military, not being locked up. And light flashing, man, I got out there, opened the door, the pizza dude damn near may have crapped his pants. Oh, I had to catch the pizza. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I'll just make sure somebody. How you make sure somebody's there? What do you mean? You trying to catch my silhouette? Don't ever flash in the light into my home. And then why you have a police car too? I said, why you have a police car driving around delivering pizza? You the police? And you deliver your off time, or you know? No. I just bought this car at the auction. Okay, well, you need to take that police light off. That's not cool. Talk about
Hey, do you remember, Baba, that story that time we talked about it? It must have been on this show, because we talked about it on the show, the 4th of July, the police shot a dude in his yard, in his fence. They told him to stop popping firecrackers or something. Yeah, on the 4th.
I remember that.
Yeah, wait a minute. That would mean this is our 1-year anniversary or something, ain't it?
Oh, wait, yeah.
All right.
I think it is, because I think we talked about that, and it was on the 4th of July.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So that's another thing. This is news. So this is our 1 year coming up.
Yes.
I think this weekend, but we'll celebrate it next weekend. Next weekend we got to do the interview,
Yeah.
but we're gonna do a what they call it, ask me anything, AMA. Ask us, AUA, ask us anything. Almost.
I'm not agreeing to that.
I agree.
We didn't discuss that.
Well, we'll do it like this.
Ask Baba anything.
No, hell no. We'll interview each other, and then people can ask some questions, and then we can
I say ask us anything. We can always say, I'm not answering that. I'm not answering that.
Yeah. I mean, hell, we ain't got to answer it.
Right.
Now, did y'all see the man paralyzed in police custody? Oh, yes. Woo. Now, that happened to me, too. That one, I watched that and said, I can bear witness. The police were driving the man in the van. He wasn't strapped in. He's getting banged around and everything. Broke his neck, man. He told him, I think my neck's broken. And they're like, there's nothing wrong with you. These were black cops. Ain't nothing wrong with you. And get up. You're all right. All that. The man died. Okay. I think he did. No, he's just paralyzed. He didn't die. He's paralyzed. He had a broken neck. Now, when I was putting the van being taken away, they talking about because they were scared of me. Because of course, the person they called the police told him I was special forces, I was martial master. Thanks. Right? So they tell me they're scared. They have the cuffs on me so tight. I said, can you loosen these cuffs? No, I'm not doing that, sir. I've read about you, sir, and you're too dangerous. Cuff cut through my flesh. It stuck through through the side here. Luckily, it wasn't on the thumb side. It hit my artery. I'd have died, right? So I am aching. But in addition, they didn't strap me. So I'm getting thrown around in there. And luckily, unlucky for the brother, luckily for me, I am trained. So I was able to maintain my balance enough where I didn't just totally fly off the thing, but I was hitting my head against the side of the paddy wagon and jive. Is paddy wagon racist? I better not use paddy wagon anymore. In Chicago, we say paddy wagon, but I think we say paddy wagon because so many cops were Irish, and Paddy is an Irish name. So I think it's just police van or whatever the hell they call it.
Paddy wagon.
The paddy wagon or the meat wagon, you call it. I don't like meat wagon because we ain't meat, we humans.
Right.
But yeah, I think paddy wagon comes from that. Judge Bergen in Brazil has maintained the illegal and racist impeachment of Black Curitiba councilor Renato Freitas Vereador. Anti-racism and legal communities in defense of Renato Freitas. All right, O mundo segundo uma Sagitariana. Site 5 African inventions. Dominican Lil Nas writes children's books, by the way. Great point on the fireworks, PTSD and veterans. My grandmother used to say patty rollers. Yeah, Preston John. I think patty, and we say the patty rollers because they were Irish. I think that's where that comes from. Not sure.
It's still not racist because they're part of the institution. So
who all Irish people?
No, the police that the patty word is describing.
Yeah, I got that, but I think we're using patty because it's Irish. We just call, I don't know, popo rollers or basket. You pointing to yourself, you're Irish? Kiss you because you're Irish?
I want you to see the look on my face.
They say, did you see the police use the police helicopter to get people to leave the pool in Baltimore? I didn't see that.
Did you see the police use the police helicopter to get people to leave the pool in Baltimore? But Baltimore is not one to be played with, though.
Yo,
did you all see the picture of the brother burning up the police car, walking away like he was man on fire or something? Back when Baltimore went ham on the police. So hey,
yeah, they are a trail out there.
I'm going to say with the price of gas and oil, they got a helicopter for a pool. Hell no. I'm sure somebody getting shut down in City Hall for that right there. I need to know who decided to use this helicopter.
The Dayton, Ohio pigs shot a brother 60 times yesterday.
Whoa.
Boy, the pigs just, they're just doing it. They're doing it big.
Thank you, family, for bringing all this news to light also. It makes me feel like I need to get on top of it a little bit better.
When I said fuck you earlier, fuck the pigs. Fuck the pigs.
Yeah, man, this is
now
it seems like a lot going on right now.
Because of that, or demonetize us, but fuck the police. My God.
I mean, look at what they're doing. They deserve that sentiment and even more.
What?
And the sympathizers.
Robert Earl on my block. My best friend's brother, big brother, Robert Earl. Shout out to Robert Earl. I hope he's still here. Robert Earl used to knock out.
Robert Earl.
I got a cousin named Robert Earl. I promise you, I call my mama right now.
I can call him. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Matter of fact, Robert Earl stayed right behind my house. Robert.
Yeah, well, my boy Anthony, his cousin Robert Earl brother used to knock police out. He was known as that. They come to the neighborhood, like, man, take off that badge and gun and that radio. I'd knock your ass, and they take that shit off. And
they do it?
They would do it.
I've never, all the times, let me tell you, I done said everything. I done say, I swear to God, I said, I had to cut, like, go ahead, do it. It's me, you ain't nobody gonna see. They would act like they gonna do it, and oh boy, what? Oh, I'm glad. Thank you for never taking those cuffs off me. Because I would not be doing warrior class right now. I'd be doing 7 to 10 somewhere, or even longer.
No. I told my mother one time, I said, I'm not putting myself in the category of the one that loses. If I say take the cuffs off me and I beat the brakes off, they take the cuffs off, I'm beating the brakes, and then I'll be sipping goddamn Mai Tais in another country somewhere.
Oh yeah,
and we'll be doing warrior class, and y'all be like, man, where's that beast behind you? I'm still in there. I'm not losing. Damn that. To
that's
my
why I don't
play. To my cop friends that's on here. If you ever put me in
Thank
cuffs,
you, Franny French.
and you take those off, you take those cuffs off me, my police friends, I'm gonna beat the brakes off. I'm gonna beat the brakes off. And I'm not gonna sit up here and tell now. I'm not gonna tell nobody, take these cuffs off. I'm gonna beat the brakes. I'm not gonna do that. I was like, oh man, can you take the cuffs off an old man? And I'm gonna beat the brakes.
Damn, bro, I'm having flashbacks.
And I'm gonna call you, say I beat the brakes off of Officer Klomsky. Now I'm in Atlanta, but it's a beach behind me for some reason. But for those who don't know, there are no beaches in Atlanta. Thank you, Franny French, so much. Gratitude for you. It's kombucha.
Shout out to my.
I can't afford gas. Hey, pour that mug in your gas tank and let me know what happened. Film it. Let's see what happens if it'll run. Shit, if it runs, I'll be doing it.
Shout out to my homeboy Butch. I ain't gonna say his last name, but when we first came down here, he got into a fight with one of the Red Dog police officers at the Georgia Dome, beat him up, and they came looking for him months later. They Red Dogs found him in the club and made him fight that dude. They made that dude fight him again. He beat him up again.
That's good.
With his ass 2 times.
Black and blue.
They didn't arrest him?
Nope.
Oh, wow.
Nope.
That is
they found him in the club and made him come outside and say, the dude want to get another fair one.
I was walking out of the club. A plane goes off. They were in the club. They were drunk as shit. Bumped into me, and you know when white people bump into you and don't say excuse me, you know some of us get pissed off. I'm one of them.
Some of us.
I said, hey, dude. So I pushed him. I said, man, you bumped into me. You're not gonna excuse yourself. said, you know who the fuck you're pushing? I said, some old punk ass white man. His friends swum around. He's the police. I said, I don't give a fuck. I whoop all y'all. Now, of course, I've been drinking a little bit too. I whoop all y'all. So he's like, look, man, you don't want any. I said, oh, I want some. Oh,
Right.
I want some. So
another day when you had time.
Another day. He said, you really don't. I said, God damn it. If the rest of y'all don't jump in this, I'm gonna knock your boy out. Y'all gonna have to carry him out of here. So, yeah, well, come on in, goddammit. Come on. I said, oh, you ain't said nothing. And the next thing, I'm snatched up. The goddamn bouncers in the club took my ass out. But outside, you talk to you. Look, man, I didn't want to get you in trouble. I didn't want to hurt you. But still throwing, I didn't want to hurt you. You weren't gonna hurt me. I was just gonna let it go. You weren't gonna hurt me. So the other, just walk, man. Just walk. I'm like, nah. You wasn't gonna hurt me. We can go around the corner. I'll show you. They said, well, he goes, we go. I said, well, that's all right then. You know, I go ahead and I'm going ahead.
It's a lot of people in this world that got stories. They'd be like, you remember that dude that time?
Yeah, a lot of people said.
They got a lot of stories about you around the world. You remember that guy?
Skinny ass, light skin ass, punk ass dude thought he was tough.
Said he was gonna beat my ass. He said he was gonna beat all our asses. Anyway, man.
There is another good question in the chat from 40J Blaze. He says, comrades, do you think, or excuse me, he or she says, comrades, do you think the arrest warrant in the Emmett Till case will be enforced? I picked that out because I actually heard a conversation with some of the older people.
Do that look on your face again. Well,
yeah, right, exactly. But it was between two older people in my family having a discussion about this, and as many of us do, they were talking about how, you know, she's gonna have to answer to a higher power and, you know, all this other stuff. I say if Bill Cosby was supposed to die in jail, then she needs to die in jail. She got to live she got to live her entire life. But she knew that she told this huge lie that had this huge impact on someone else. So I have absolutely no sympathy. But I'm sure most of us, you know, present.
Thank for me because I thought I said that.
I don't think so.
I thought I said it on the phone.
Huh?
No. I agree with her. I don't think. First of all, no. I don't think it's going to be enforced.
Right.
I hope. My mama was talking about this too. My mama said she need that time. My mama said she need that.
Okay.
The Reverend Betty Newkirk said she need that time. If Reverend Betty Newkirk said she need that time, yes, she need that time.
Now,
she said Dick Gregory was too revolutionary. So she think,
yes. We don't always get what we need, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially when we have a certain complexion.
So,
right.
You know, Emmett Till was murdered in 1955. Nothing's gonna happen. They said there's no statute of limitations on murder, right?
Mm-hmm.
For us, shit, it could have happened 2 days.
Right. This is what I'm talking about, forgiveness.
This is what I don't want to happen. First of all, okay, I want us to remember that this is a system that's designed to do what it's doing. So let's not go on these rants and be like, if it was a black person, and if this was we know that, man. I mean, it is what it is. We occupy people. This is a war. I don't expect them to lock their own people. I don't expect the police to arrest the police. I don't expect the police to police the police. I don't expect a politician to have my best interest in hand. So we shouldn't be shocked, and we shouldn't worry about this right here.
You don't expect politicians to have your best interest at heart? What?
No.
I am shocked.
You running for office, Bob? You be the first politician I give my vote for, and I've actually believed.
I actually am running on the warrior class ticket for president.
Oh shit.
Nice.
I'm with it. I'm with it. It was either you or Trump. If you wasn't gonna run, I was gonna be on Trump ticket. So I'm glad you're running, so I ain't got to be a Trump.
Now, I promise everybody, all my constituents, if you vote for me, I will slap the shit out of Trump. I promise you.
If you just run on that, you might make it, Bob. That just run on that. That's it.
That's it. I'm gonna say it'll be a hand like on my
on site.
But behind me on my banner, the hand right there.
It's on site. That's gonna be your slogan. It's on site.
What about economic so and so? I don't know shit about that. I'm gonna slap shit out of Trump.
2024 on site.
What about so and so? I don't know. I'm slap the shit out of Trump. That's all I'm running on.
That's the slogan.
You win every debate with that one.
I love that. That's a t-shirt right there.
Tell you what, I know there's a lot of illusion out there. I'm gonna get rid of some of them when I slap the shit out of Trump.
All right.
Okay. We've done enough. It's a shame. We getting ridiculous. What's 45, 46 minutes of us?
Yeah, let's.
I manifesto. I apologize that I always mispronounce your name. But you got to get the fresh kombucha. I think some of the stores let theirs sit out sometimes. But if you find your way to a Kroger and get one of those strawberry lemonade kombuchas, they do not taste like gas.
It tastes pretty good. It tastes pretty. If you don't drink sodas, the first time I had kombucha, I was like, man, this is great.
Kombuchas don't taste like gas. They taste like ass. I had a kombucha. Oh my God, man. Oh. And they keep telling me, well, they're good. I love y'all.
I'll bring you a good one, Bobby.
I love y'all. Y'all lying to me. Y'all lying.
I'll bring you a good one.
Homemade ones are even better too. The homemade kind are great, but the ones in the store are pretty. You can find some good ones.
Some homemade, some cat trying to make kombucha by themselves. Homemade, like ghetto, like a prison hooch.
Yeah, you make it in your stove.
Oh no! See. Then you're gonna ruin your stove and make badass tasting shit. All right.
Oh, so this is what I wanted to say before we get into this about breathing. This is about breathing. I didn't want to say it when you first said it, Bob, but I thought of it when you first said. Ever since you said it, I've been thinking about it. So I had to time myself to see it. So you had mentioned about somebody said if you breathe 6 breaths per minute, that's something. I don't know what it was.
It'll extend your life.
Right.
Right.
Soon as he said that, I naturally said to myself, I breathe about 6 breaths a minute when I'm relaxed. But I didn't want to say it because it was like, oh, sure you do. I knew how Bob was gonna give me that look. So I didn't say nothing. So what I did, because I've always known that I take long breaths. They say that once you get over like 5'11", 6 feet, usually they say black men over 5'11" live longer than shorter black men, and same with white men all across the board. And they contributed to breathing deeper because of the lung capacity and everything. Seriously, so that taller men live longer.
So you said you're gonna prove something. So you've been alive with like 90 years or something. This is what you're gonna tell us now?
No. What I was gonna say is I do breathe. Because it doesn't seem like that's normal.
But you just insulted short men. No,
I didn't. They just say.
You said I've been breathing so and so. Then you said a short motherfucker. They're gonna die earlier. Because
I did not say that.
They don't breathe as well as we do.
No. I did not say. I just said they say. It's not proven. I don't know for sure, but they say taller men over 5'11" live longer because of the lung capacity. These are doctors, of course, but seriously though,
need some receipts on this one.
I actually, I time myself.
You gotta get
when I'm just doing
yes.
When I'm watching TV on the computer, I time myself when I'm driving and right before I go to sleep. And on average, when I'm relaxed, I honestly take about 5 to 6 breaths per minute. And when I'm normal, like right now talking, I probably average about 8 breaths.
5 to 6 breaths a minute?
Yep.
Well, if you remember when
I'm telling you, that's why I didn't want to tell you, but I do.
when we were talking about during the very first show, and I was saying how when children are born, how you're supposed to sit them on the mother, and she's supposed to breathe in as deeply as she can, and then breathe out. That would get you to about 6 breaths a minute. So that is optimal.
So now you're saying Mama Betty Newkirk also breathed like that and taught
Exactly.
him. So they just, well, you just proved old boy wrong. You are God then.
Hey,
Not
I didn't say I
do
wasn't.
that.
Not a God. You're.
Oh no.
Yes. Go ahead and admit it. Go ahead and admit it. That's basically what you said. And God is also tall, because you're also saying that you're tall, you breathe like that, you're God. So people that are short are also the devil. and we ain't even Christians, but you just jab.
You notice they never say you big devil. They always say you
little devil. Oh yeah. You done broke it down.
God tall though? Is that a big assumption?
Huh?
Of course. God gotta be over 6 feet, man. Come on now.
Why
You
would
ain't
God
got
have
no
legs?
6 feet to be a
What
man.
feet of legs would God have? Like,
How
I'm
could he
talking
run
about
through the universe if he
sky
don't have
God.
legs?
Why would
He
he
said
want-
God gotta be. Yeah, God got
You're omniscient. Where are you going? What do you need? Where are you running to?
I mean, you might just want to run.
go places though.
Then you could like give yourself legs right then.
Yeah, that's
then
what I'm
you
saying.
go back to not having legs.
That's what I think.
That's what
I know my wife. I know my wife. Let me tell her I know her, so she ain't gotta see me. No, I ain't gotta be at home because she know me. That shit ain't gonna work.
I
I just have one.
You said God is omniscient, so why does he
Right.
need legs?
I mean omnipresent. Excuse me. The other omni.
He's omnipresent because he got long legs he move with. There you go.
All right, let's stop, please. When people think we for real.
God was short, he couldn't go nowhere. He just be present.
Oh,
He
we
was
losing subscribers. We losing subscribers.
You say present.
These are some awful assumptions. Oh goodness.
We losing subscribers. We got to get to the subject.
God, right.
Oh
See?
no. Granny friends.
Legs too short to kickbox with me. All right.
See?
Why?
God is short, non-binary individual. Hey, nowadays he would be, or I'd be getting passed off here. So let me retract. God is
Right, because Allah inherently has legs. That's part of the whole.
arm, head, leg, arm, head. But then
Exactly.
he got long arms.
Mm-hmm.
See,
They say you got dreads too.
that's in there. A lot.
A lot of dreads.
Yeah, a lot. Okay.
Yo, we gotta stop. We disrespecting. Somebody's not happy with what we said.
Now,
I'm sorry. I'm just joking.
my Muslim
Really?
brothers and sisters, we love Allah. We're not,
We
And
really
we love all of y'all.
and we love God in every form and shape or manner. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Trump
funny.
released plenty of Black Americans from jail. No. Trump
What are we talking about?
plenty of Black Americans from jail. He also threatened the country unless they free ASAP. ASAP Rocky, I guess.
He also threatened countries unless they free.
He did not harm Black
Black
Americans. He's a good president. Oh, so that's the same person. They trip. All right. So
Okay.
Right.
Whoever you are.
the face.
Okay, buddy.
Appreciate
Okay,
it.
buddy.
Right.
Nikki, the face.
And I do mean that.
Give
Huh?
him the face.
No. Not either. Just so it's just not. I will say this.
Say that.
Ain't none of them good. Joe is not a good president either.
Yeah. Joe. I do like the fact that Joe sleep a lot.
He get his rest.
Oh, we're gonna get into that right now. Sleeping is good, but all right. So breathing in.
Oh my goodness.
Well, breathe. Ooh. Damn, what the hell? I didn't got the wrong
Breathing in martial arts.
Did I get the wrong one? Hold on. Yeah, I got the wrong one. Wait a minute. Wait.
Okay.
I'm on the wrong. I'm on my I'm on my Uncle Tom's site.
I can't believe we are an hour in and we have not started on breathing yet. This is ridiculous.
Thank you for your patience, family.
We appreciate you. We really appreciate y'all.
Thank you all. We're actually doing
Thanks, some of you were joining in.
So that's enough. We're doing like a remix morning show now. Just a whole hour, half the show, just joking. All right, so
Spitballing, right?
Okay,
all right. We're ready.
All right, breathing in martial arts. Without air, however, the average person would die or at least suffer severe brain damage in 3 minutes. We breathe about 15 to 10 times a minute. As again, I told you I'm about 8. I'm extraordinary. But you know, that's we're not gonna talk about that. Anyway, we breathe about 15 to 20 times a minute or 20,000 times a day. From these findings, it's clear that air and breathing have a very important role in our life, which merits an in-depth analysis. Correct breathing is important. The air we breathe is made up of approximately 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen, and about 1% carbon dioxide, neon, and hydrogen. We breathe neon, that's crazy. But the main ingredient for us is oxygen. The brain depends on oxygen to function properly. Without enough oxygen, our reaction is slow, and consequently achieving victory in combat or otherwise becomes unlikely. Every cell in our body needs oxygen to produce energy. Without oxygen, cells die and become sick, and these cells can ultimately cause harm to the entire body. I just thought about something. That's why they say, smoking, you don't heal cellularly fast if you smoke. That's why the doctors ask you if you smoke a lot of times. Breathing is strongly related to the human body's natural methods of conserving and manifesting energy. Martial artists should understand that ways in which we breathing affects the body so they can incorporate strategies and techniques and movements that fully maximize its benefits.
I would just like to add to that. This is something that I kind of talk about periodically, but the kind of clothing that you wear and what your clothing is made of.
Skin is the biggest organ.
Right. So you're taking in oxygen not just through your breathing mechanism in your nose, but you also are taking in through your skin.
That is very important.
So if you're wearing things that are not breathable, if you're wearing synthetic materials, for instance, things that are akin to plastic, acrylic, polyester, if you make a habit of wearing those things, then you're not getting the proper amount of oxygen coming through your skin and into your body. And that will affect you as well.
Oh, yeah, it can lead to different things that can happen depending on where you're not getting that air at, especially in your private parts. You can get all type of things, bacteria, disease from that. And it's funny because before, I just want to say real quick, before me and her became friends and everything was, when you always talking about cotton and natural clothes, I never paid attention. So one day it was a event where you were telling me how hot it was that I should make sure I dressed something. And I put on the same shorts I have on right now.
Oh, wow.
And they're like polyester or something. I'm like, they shorts. Like, I don't care about the material. They shorts. I'm gonna be comfortable. I was burning up out there. I will never forget it. I burned up out there. So it really makes a difference how your skin breathes.
For sure. So, all right. Breathing theory, how it works. Many organs, body parts, and bodily functions are involved in the breathing process. Understanding how air flows through the body is the first step in understanding breathing. First, air passes through the nose and mouth. The nose filters incoming air while also heating and moisturizing it. Next, air passes through the larynx. This body part ensures that food and air each go to separate parts of the body, the stomach and lungs, respectively.
Larynx is what Biz Markie be hitting when we were like, when he was doing all that. That's the larynx bubble.
Yes, it's larynx, and actually, it's behind this.
The esophagus.
Yeah.
Okay. So it would be.
Yeah. You got to like from here.
Okay, copy that.
See, I got that. And by the
Why
way,
y'all got to do this during my part?
I'm sorry. You can tell Ominiki listens to hip hop because you said the larynx. It's larynx.
Larynx. Excuse me. My bad.
Yeah, hip hop.
After the air passes through the larynx, it flows through the trachea, an airway that's located in front of the esophagus. The airway is a pipe, which is about 12 centimeters long with tiny little hairs. These hairs help to catch any debris that was not filtered by the nose. The debris is redirected to the mouth where it is swallowed instead of inhaled. At its end, the trachea divides into two smaller pipes, bronchial tubes, which lead the air into the bronchia, a series of progressively smaller tubes. The purpose of this system is to spread the air into smaller sections. Finally, air ends up in the smallest component of the lungs, the alveoli, where oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged.
Now, the lungs, I've heard some people say, you got muscles in your body too, your heart, your brain, your lungs. The lungs are not a muscle. All right. The lungs have no muscles. The diaphragm, that's the large muscle below the rib cage. That controls breathing. That controls the movement of the lungs. So breathing is a complex process. It's assisted by a variety of different muscles. Diaphragm, which is the most important, and one of the most important muscles in your body, because breathing is what keeps us alive. It performs about 80% of the work. So the diaphragm is 80% of the work for your lungs. When you inhale, the muscle drops down. This causes the lungs to expand, resulting in the lungs having less air pressure and more room in the chest cavity. Because the lungs have a lower level of air pressure, they draw in air from the outside. On the exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and goes back to its starting place, pressing air out of the lung. The intercostal muscles are also part of the breathing process. These muscles are made up of layers. One is outside of the rib cage, which assists with inhaling. Another is on the inside, which assists with exhaling. That's why when people say you need a strong core, not just for good posture, but good breathing as well. Exhaling is also supported by gravity, because when we exhale, the weight of the lungs helps those muscles drop as the diaphragm drops. Once oxygen enters a cell, the chemical process that creates energy initiates. Glucose and oxygen are converted into water and carbon dioxide, producing 686 kilocalories of energy. Kilocalories. In this reaction, air and sugar, which are gained through food and water, are converted into energy, producing water and carbon dioxide as waste products. If cells do not have enough oxygen for this reaction, they will utilize an alternative energy path called anaerobic. I know you've heard of anaerobic exercise, right? It's called anaerobic fermentation. In this process, which is much less efficient, cells do not require oxygen. This fact is important to note in martial arts training or any type of exercise, because if the body is forced to use anaerobic fermentation, cells will produce lactic acid as a byproduct. This acid negatively affects physical performance, oftentimes slowing an athlete down and tiring them out quicker. There is a crucial key for supplying the body with energy, not just for energy, but also for endurance. So your body can work for a time without oxygen, but then it goes into anaerobic fermentation, which creates lactic acid in your body. Toxic. All right, just so you know. All right.
when we when we do the exercise portion of this, we'll come back to some of this information about the breath and show techniques for when you're doing the exercise. Like say for instance, I'll be doing the exercise, and Bob will be showing like where would you be taking inhaling that versus exhaling, and deep the breaths and stuff like that. Why that's important. So anyway, just wanted to throw that there. Theories of oxygen absorption, abnormal breathing.
Abdominal.
So abdominal. I said abnormal. Excuse me. The theory behind abdominal breathing is simple. As Balagoon said, the human body has different muscles for breathing. These muscles, located near the lungs, consume some of the oxygen they help to bring in. The idea behind abdominal breathing is to use the organs and muscles of the breathing system as efficiently as possible so that more of the incoming air supply is available for the rest of the body. This is best accomplished by using the diaphragm to breathe instead of the intercostal, or is it costal like the church?
Well,
The intercostal muscles.
I always say intercostal, but hey.
I think intercostal too for some reason. Also, there are many organs just below the diaphragm, which include the liver, spleen, kidneys, and stomach. Whenever the diaphragm drops, it essentially has a massaging effect on these organs, enhancing the production of fluids, hormones, and circulation in these organs. Through efficient breathing using the diaphragm, the organs ultimately function better and more efficiently, benefiting the overall health of the body. Through deeper breathing, the diaphragm moves and massages the organs more efficiently. Another benefit of deep breathing is activating more of the lower lung areas, which is often underutilized by normal average people. Deep breathing activates more alveoli, such that more air can be captured for use in energy production. The rate of breathing slows down because your body gains more oxygen from longer, deep breaths as opposed to quicker, shallow breaths. With an increased air supply and slower breathing, the body is able to relax. When the body is more relaxed, it requires less energy to function. Deep breathing initiates a cycle of energy conservation that is beneficial for both martial arts and health. Deep abdominal breathing results in more energy, contributing to longer endurance. The body's muscles can take advantage of an efficient and increased oxygen supply without having to switch to anaerobic fermentation. Energetically, abdominal breathing is beneficial because you move the abdomen. This means that more fat is converted into ashe, which can be used in training or combat. This effect is especially pronounced in reverse abdominal breathing, which will be discussed later on.
So now we're at normal abdominal breathing. With each inhale, the diaphragm drops down and the abdomen pushes out. The perineum, located between the anus and the testicles, essentially the perineum, also pushes out. With each exhale, the abdomen withdraws and the diaphragm moves back up to push air out.
Now, with women, of course, the perineum is between the bottom of the vagina and the anus, correct?
I'm
I'm asking on Nikki.
So is that a pressure point too for us, Bob?
It's not a pressure point. Pressure points can be hit to cause, you can hit anywhere, but press to cause pain or press to heal, depending on what it is.
But isn't that the place You said between the anus and the testicles, the perineum. Isn't that the place that you press for sperm retention?
I don't know. That's
Semen
the
retention.
place that you stab.
That's the one I know.
It's the place that you press for semen retention too. It's come from the Dallas, Texas. But anyway, just start. Okay, I'm sorry.
Semen retention or sperm retention?
Semen retention would be sperm. I said sperm retention, but that's
well, it's carried by semen.
Right. So I think it's semen retention is the proper term.
I thought that was done a different way, but
it's done different. It's a few different ways, but that's one.
I mean, I got some children. I'm not retaining my semen. I'm not gonna lie.
I tried it once. It worked. Never tried it again.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother story. Let's go.
Yes,
I did too. I drank a lot.
Okay.
This breathing technique is mostly used for relaxation purposes, and is a very natural and familiar way to breathe. Babies naturally breathe abdominally. However, most people develop the habit of breathing more and more with their rib cage as they grow older.
Not good.
Reverse abdominal breathing. Reverse abdominal breathing is the opposite of normal abdominal breathing. With each inhale, the perineum and abdomen draw in. With each exhale, the perineum and abdomen push out. This breathing method helps to lead and build ashe more efficiently. Reverse abdominal breathing occurs naturally quite often, such as when laughing or crying. Reverse abdominal breathing also helps to energize muscles to a higher level. So it is also naturally used when power or strength is needed, such as, for example, when pushing heavy objects.
We get a lot of workout with this. We're laughing.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
Breathing as a strategy. According to Ephi is the corpus, the body of knowledge, followed by the Yoruba of Southwest Nigeria, people all over the world. According to Ephi, breath and ashe are closely related. Now, our breath is, of course, it's called me in Yoruba. It's what you breathe, and you know what breath is. Ashe is your life force, but your life force used to affect the environment. So, another word for ashe is power, or force, and authority, right? Power. So, breath and ashe are related. Breathing can be used to manipulate ashe. They'll tell you, we'll stand in a circle, all the students, and I can send my energy through that circle. That's all based on my breath. Easier said than done, takes practice, but that's how it's done. During each inhale, ashe is led to the body's center. With each exhale, ashe is led to the skin. Say that again. Listen. During each inhale, ashe, your power, your life force, is led to the body's center. With each exhale, ashe is led to the skin. When crying, the body would naturally inhale longer than exhale.
Oh, snap. I just thought about when babies be like,
right, exactly. As a result, more energy is led to the center than the skin. This explains why it is common to feel cold when crying.
Wow. So they start shivering when you're crying.
Right. And you hold yourself with won't be exactly.
Rock back and forth.
Laughing hard causes the exhale to be longer than the inhale.
Wow.
Manifesting the ashe outward. This is why laughing creates sensations of heat. because your ashe is in the skin now.
That's
Sleeping
why
is
black people start running when they laugh. They're trying to get, some coolness back.
bingo.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping, everything is a reason behind everything. Yeah. So, and if you all haven't ran when you laugh, it's like Joe Biden said, you ain't black. It's something real funny. You start running, exactly.
You gotta run. You gotta fall around or something. You gotta do a little something.
Right. You're cooling yourself off, exactly. This is why, sleeping is another example of the body naturally regulating the breath. During sleep, the body leaves energy to the center, inhaling longer, which is why the body temperature drops. You ever wake up and like, damn, it's cold in here. It wasn't cold. It's because your body temperature is dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you ever listen to somebody breathing while they're asleep, you take that long breath in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Since different ways of breathing create different effects in the body, a martial artist can strategically utilize specific breathing techniques for different purposes. For example, if you want to manifest more power, you can use the sound "ha." It's kind of like Busta Rhymes, old dirty bastard. Kind of think of that when you do it. What you use when you're laughing, like the old folks, do. Boy,
Now you said Busta Rhymes and who else?
ODB. He kind of got that. I said the energy of ODB.
Rappers.
So yeah.
But Rick Ross too.
Which you use when laughing. This will lead to energy even more efficient to the surface. Or you can use the sound hit, which comes from crying.
Right.
Wow. Wow. Why some people cry when they fight. Oh, wow. That's your body giving you.
Most people cry when they fight because they got their ass whooped.
Yeah, there can be many reasons.
Yo, wow. That is, anyway, that's crazy to me. Or you can use the sound hen when you come, which comes from crying to lead to energy faster inward. So, Baba, what's the energy? What do you use? Kia! What's that for then?
I do that when my I got a bad itch on my foot. Shit! Goddamn mosquito bit me. That's the only time I ever use that. I don't know why mud use that.
Okay, as we move right along.
And got nothing but love for all our karate folks that use it.
Yes.
We got love.
Choices. Another important skill to practice is leading ashe with each breath. First, inhale deeply, then exhale while imagining you are pushing a heavy object with your hands and pressing your heels toward the floor. It is important to stay physically relaxed. This causes ashe to flow through your arms and legs, but it won't consume the energy the way tensed muscles do.
So wait, Bobby, you in horse stance and how do you do what
not horse stance.
Can you demonstrate it, please, Baba?
No, you don't have to demonstrate it.
I'm begging you.
So you're sitting down, right? In a chair. You can't do a horse stance if you want to. That'd be ridiculous. And actually, I would say don't use a horse stance because you can't relax in that position.
Indeed, you cannot relax.
True.
If you can, you're a bad motherfucker, but I don't think.
Or if you can, you're really just standing up. You ain't doing a horse stance. Horse stance, boy. So horse stance is when your feet are shoulder width apart, your knees are bent 90 degrees, your back is straight. That's beastly. I know people who've been doing it for a long time can do it. I don't know if they relax though.
Right.
But basically, so you can do this sitting down.
I watch Warrior Class in horse stance when I watch it back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No. That's dope. It's foolish, but it's dope. All right. So you sit down in a chair and you stay relaxed, okay? And you breathe in deep. And then exhale. As you exhale, imagine you're pushing you got a big block in front of you. Imagine you're pushing it, but not pushing it with force. You're staying relaxed. Push out. At the same time, press your heels through the floor. Now, as you do that more, I'll tell it. Just make sure you practice this part first before you move on. So now, as you're sending that energy forward that way, you can also send it to the top of your head and through and out your third eye. Imagine sending that energy out that way as well. And focus your eyes. Press your heels, breathe out. Push that block. Stay relaxed. Don't tense your hands. That is how you do that. If you want to build our shape, at the time I was going to do the class on meditation and breathing for you all, and COVID hit our right? That was how we were going to start, actually. And then we would go into the next part, which is combat breathing. Now, if you've seen us on Remix Morning Shows, you've seen me do combat breathing. When we lost our comrade, Baba Lukman, Jackie Lukman's husband, a lot of sadness, of course, going on, crying and everything. So, and it happened to be that Thursday when we were on. So I spoke on using the combat breath not for combating that incident, but because it lowers anxiety. So I said, let's do this breath. So we did combat breath. Now there's some yogis who say, don't do this, don't do it. If you live in the world where you can just do yoga, when somebody's trying to bust your head, do it. But we don't live in that world.
Yeah, well.
And so there are times we would be faced with our oppressor. There'll be times we'd be faced with somebody trying to rob us, abuse us, or whatever it may be. In order to act, because we may absolutely be afraid. Okay. I haven't met anyone that's fearless myself, but I've met brave people. And bravery is overcoming your fear. That's what we have to learn to be. Now,
I met a couple fearless people, but they were crazy. So.
Right. So that doesn't necessarily mean fearless.
That's not helpful because they do some other stuff to get you fucked up. Same way they.
Well, I've seen fearless people too. From drugs, but not naturally. Now,
I forgot. I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah.
When we talk about fearless, okay. So we compare them to Orisha. Orisha are in us. They're the spirits that are in us, a force of nature in us.
Well,
look at externally. So Ogun is the Orisha of iron war, also fearlessness. None of us have reached that. To be fearless, there's always something that can stay. Okay. In fact, I was asleep one day and I woke up, couldn't breathe. I'm like, oh my God. And I shook my wife, she didn't wake up. I clapped my hands in her ear, she wouldn't wake up. I jump up, I run to my children's room, I'm shaking them, trying to wake them up. I need help, I can't breathe, I can't speak. Nothing was going on. I ran to the kitchen. I grabbed the water out the damn refrigerator somebody had, and I don't drink. Only water there. I grab it, it's frozen. Somebody put it in the freezer and then put it in the refrigerator. I guess.
Oh no!
Oh my God! You know, I'm not saying I can't say shit. I'm thinking, oh, and so I say I gotta get stuck, and I hold it over my face, and a drop of water hits my mouth, goes in my mouth, hits my throat, and I can speak. I immediately, like an hour later, go get divination. I wake up the priest, say, hey, something happened. This was the oddest thing. I couldn't wake nobody, and I was awake. He said, that was Oya. Now, Oya deals with the breath. Emi is the breath, but Oya deals with it. Right? Said, Oya said, you don't fear a lot, but you fear that. Not being able to breathe. I'm not scared of dying, but God, to die like that, where you can't even take a breath, I didn't know I was scared of that until then. So everybody got something that they're scared of. Okay. Shango, that energy is the energy of courage, overcoming fear. And this breathing allows us to overcome fear, anxiety, sadness, lack of focus. Okay? It's called combat breathing. Some people call it box breathing. It's utilized by operators in the United States, probably in other parts of the world too. When I say operators, I'm talking about special forces operators, Navy SEAL, Marine Recon, Marine Raiders. Those are operators. So what about the Air Force? Air Force really doesn't have operators unless you consider pararescue. They're incredible, but they aren't operators like that. They rescue. If I could do it all over again, I'll do pararescue. Because they rescue us when we're down. Let's say a ship goes down or something, we're stranded somewhere, they will come and rescue us. So they got they can shoot, they can do almost everything we can, except they can survive. And they also have strong knowledge of first aid, combat first aid. Now, of course, Special Forces medic probably has as much as they do in that department. 18 Delta, for those wondering what MOS is. Those wondering what my MOS was, it was 18 Foxtrot. Look it up. I'm not going to talk about what that is. All right, so combat breathing. Find a chair as you're practicing, but this can be done standing. I've never actually done this in a chair except when I'm showing how to do it. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold it in your lungs for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds, completely emptying all the air in your lungs. Hold your air empty for 4 seconds. So it's all fours. And it's 4 things. Inhale 4 seconds. Hold it. Exhale. All the air. Hold it. And that's how you do it. So inhale 4 seconds. Let's do it together. Inhale. Keep your eyes open and focused. Let's do that 4 times.
That natural warrior breath, bro. This is natural.
Inhale. Or hold it. Exhale. Hold it. And that's how you do it. Now, you repeat that for about 5 minutes, or as long as you need to. In combat, you don't have that long. So, 5 minutes tops usually. But at home or you take a test, you have this interview, or you got to go and speak before people on warrior class or whatever it is, you can do your warrior breathing beforehand, as long as necessary, so you feel refocused and relaxed. All right?
I was going to say, that is very similar to the breathing exercise that you should do before if you're having trouble sleeping. I can't remember what the counts are, but I'm actually a little bit sleepy right now. So when I was doing those breathing exercises just now, it was like making me feel more sleepy. So it definitely like lowers your anxiety to zero, basically.
Absolutely.
And gives you something to focus on.
So, don't just think I just, talk crazy to Muzz because I just don't give a damn. I calm myself down as stuff goes on. So even...
And you just don't give a damn at the same time.
Right, true.
Let's be honest.
But I've learned in situations that are heated to use that. I can retort properly.
Right.
Answer whether it's cracking back at you, whether it's defending myself, whether it's getting my family or whoever out of the situation. So yeah, I used to do it all the time when I used to bodyguard folks, man. I would use it so my anxiety's down and my focus is up.
Manifesto said Amanika used to be very sleepy on set.
Oh yeah, she's done much better.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing much better now.
She be eating sugar cubes She be eating sugar cubes off camera while y'all don't be seeing her slip the sugar cubes.
That's not true. And I don't see our manifesto's comment.
I see legs too short to run with God. Exactly.
Right.
And I know he said Ominiki used to be very sleepy on set on Saturdays. Yes.
Y'all let us know, man. Sometimes we don't we're not monitoring the chat. If anything is going on in there we need to know about, y'all let us know. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be dope if they had something that could go bing, bing. Yeah, Saturday, not Saturday. It could bing, 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 so you can hear it. That'd be, although some people probably drive us nuts doing that, but that'd be dope.
That's true. It may be a notification thing on that. We really appreciate the donations, man, and just the participation on the chat. We appreciate y'all subscribing, hitting the like button. It does mean a lot, and it does count. It matters.
Now,
so we're gonna
on Facebook, we don't want you to feel neglected. Thank you all too.
Y'all on Facebook?
Oh yeah.
Y'all watch us on Facebook? All right. Excuse me. I
This
didn't know.
Facebook family.
I didn't even know.
Corner right there. Can't see that corner? The eye and the.
Okay.
It's on and popping on Facebook. Hey, Facebook folks.
I didn't know y'all put us on Facebook. Okay.
Let me see.
Go ahead on there.
Oh, Mama Newkirk on there. She said she taught me the warrior breath. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. I got to give her credit. No, say it out there, but that'd be dope. We got a fan. We talked about a certain martial artist on here a couple of times, and we just mentioned Shango, and he's a Shango brother. So he's on here. Shout out Shango Dare.
Our brother. Peace, bro.
Shango Dare.
He's been watching our episodes, so he says.
Oh.
What's the name of his business?
Watching all. He's got Dragonfire Creations.
Dragonfire Creations. He makes beautiful jewelry.
Yes, he does make
great. He got the
jewelry.
Brotherhood of the Iron Fist. That's his martial arts school. So he's a martial artist as well as jewelry maker.
As well as the Epapris.
And the Epapris, yeah. Sure, he followed, hey, man, he following my path. What's going on?
And he got a nice, how about he got a karambit with the Damascus steel too?
No, sir.
Yeah, he got one. He sent me a picture of it. I was hating. His ain't like ours. He got the old, like a wooden handle, like wooden and marble. Nice.
Well, knowing him, he probably made it.
It looked like it would be made, but he bought it. It's funny. But it's nice though. It's nice.
Oh, cool.
Appreciate it. Everybody should have their own. Put your knife out there. Put your knives out there.
It doesn't have to be Damascus steel.
Nah.
Sure you got something.
You all can go back and watch our knife test. We tested different types of knives. Cutting meat. That was pretty good.
Nice to meet you, right?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we need to do another thing with the knife, showing you all the different types of steels.
Make sure remember this weekend what it is, like we started the show, man. Y'all be careful out there. And I know what y'all saying. I don't go out nowhere, blah, blah, blah. Well, tell your kids, tell your nephew, you know what I'm saying? Tell your niece. Be careful out there to look around. Don't be too far away from your people, you know what I'm saying? Don't get isolated.
Don't be out there dancing with the police.
This ain't the weekend to go on a retreat with your white friends. I hate to say it. It's probably never the weekend, okay? But this weekend especially,
right.
Don't get that. It might not be them. Might be some other folks that have been watching them and know that you friends, and you never know.
They not overnight.
Didn't we talk about? As Franny blocked me. Oh no! Don't tell me that. I manifesto. Don't tell. Didn't we talk about the brother who in Texas? He had the white friends. He had been drinking with them for like a couple of years. And then one day, they just hooked him to the back of the truck and dragged him through the city, killed him.
One day you just drag somebody,
and nothing just happens one day. This was planned.
Right, they were saying little stuff to him.
Right.
He was still coming around.
He's running around. Hey, we're gonna get this nigga.
I forgot all about that,
all
man.
Signs.
I get so. You gotta learn how to breathe. I'm telling you, especially if you take this stuff on you to heart. You gotta learn how to breathe and relax. And one thing I'm glad is that I have a dedicated mission as a warrior. I know what I'm dedicated to. I know what I'm doing, so I don't lose focus or get all. When something happens and I see it, I don't feel like, oh, I need to do something. I'm helpless out here. I'm not doing nothing. That's why it's good to be doing already, to join the organization. Already be training, so you don't have to feel like you need to do something. You're already doing it. Just throw that out there.
Yeah, be careful. Not just this weekend, all weekends, all days. Be careful out here. It's a interesting, beautiful, and dangerous world. So, don't get so enraptured with the beauty and you don't see the ugly.
Right.
Because it's up there too. And a lot of times ugly is wrapped up as beauty given to us.
Yeah. Take them rosy shades off for the weekend at least.
Man, please stay safe out here. If you're gonna be with your family enjoying whatever it is you're enjoying, even if you're outside, inside, watch yourself.
You don't have to be a party pooper. You could just be observant. That's all you got to do.
And observe the people in your party. Because we've had things like that. I had a cousin that was murdered last year, stabbed, I want to say 38 times. There's no sign of break-in or anything. No sign of a struggle. So there's somebody he knew.
That was that girl he keep lying to?
No, this was a she got killed.
Oh, okay. Could still been that girl that she kept.
She kept lying to.
It's not funny. What the hell?
And then also, I have another cousin that was, I want to say a week before her. That cousin's niece was murdered for talking smack on the internet.
Wow.
She was talking. Somebody said something to her. She said something to them. I come through and whip your ass, blah blah blah. And person did so. Take this stuff seriously out here. Don't just hand wave mugs when they say whatever. Or if somebody tell you they're gonna beat your ass, I'm like my father, and I'll say, take this advice. Somebody say I'm gonna beat your ass, don't let them get the S's out their mouth. Dude told my father, I'm sitting there, and he said, look, you can't be selling dope around here on this porch, man, on our house, And he said, man, I said, well, I want you, I'll beat your ass. Before he got that out, father just tearing his ass up, threw him, looked up at me. I was about 19. He said, don't ever tell a man what you're going to do. Just do it. So it was the man was telling him what he's going to do, but my father didn't tell him what he was going to do. Never tell a man what you're going to do. Just do it. And he jumped in his car after, left the dude unconscious right there, and drove off. This old man left for a few days. I went in the house. Like, okay. I went in the house. When I came back outside, dude was gone. So I don't know if somebody picked him up, ambulance. If he got up and was on the cord, really don't know. And me and my father never spoke on it again. And these little things I can tell now because my father has transitioned and can't no police or nobody else do nothing to him. So, and you can't do nothing to me because I just saw it. And I meant to call the police to tell y'all it happened, but I was so nervous I couldn't remember the numbers to dial. I can't, I think what was it, about 9. I couldn't remember. I'm nervous now. I gotta do my breathing. I can remember.
Also, don't be out here trolling. Don't be that guy.
Right. Things happen fast out here.
Right.
Man.
You might be messing with the wrong person that time.
People out here all the way up here. So when you're out in public, these arguments that people having, this is where all the gunplay is coming into. So you're out in public, and if it ain't worth life or death, let it go.
Look, man, there's a lot of people out here who play Dungeons and Dragons. So don't be the troll.
Right.
But must be killing the trolls in Dungeons and Dragons. So don't be that troll that gets cut up, thrown on the spitfire after they've done you up, man. Don't be a troll. You know what I mean?
And enjoy if you have a long weekend. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your family. And enjoy your peace. Enjoy your day off. If not, just enjoy your weekend. I hope everybody stays safe.
Shout out to Homie Nikki and Belay. They've been holding it down with me for a year. We've been doing some great shows.
It's been
seen them all. Go back and look at them.
Been a roller coaster of emotions.
It seems like we just talking willy-nilly, but we got a plan.
Right.
And we always work our way around to what we're going to talk about. So just know that, because a sister wrote one time, you all need to have a run sheet because you're all over the place. We got a run sheet, man.
We always have a run sheet.
This is how we work.
The chat is always more livelier when we talking like this versus when we get into the actual the run sheet.
Of course.
We more interactive. So
and we want to be engaging with our people that's out here, coming to see us every week, interested in whatever topics we say that we're going to have a show about. So, and
we're interested in you all too. What shows do you want to see? We've been asking y'all that for a year. So let us know in the chats what you want to see, or hit us up at Warrior Class BPM on Instagram and or Warrior Class on Facebook, and let us know what you want to see.
Sincerely, because that helps us come up with topics for shows, and by us I mean Baba. For the most part. So If there's something you're interested in, there's probably other people who are interested in that as well.
And some shows we got in the cut too. Wait.
Shout out to Smooth Rebel. Smooth Rebel said, Peace Warrior class. I bought the USBI Urban Self-Defense Manual, Kill City, Moses, the Chronicles of Harriet Tubman, and SPP. Thank you. Gratitude. Enjoy those. And if you have any questions about any of them, hit me up.
Big ups.
If you're in the Atlanta area, come out. Come out, African Martial Arts Institute. Find us on IG. You see the Warrior class right there. You can inbox us. All the information is on the post. If you don't see it, inbox one of us. Ask us about it. Come to class. We'll be glad to have you.
And we're still doing classes on Zoom also.
That is correct.
July 29th, hopefully, Ominiki and Belay will be in Alabama with me. We'll be shooting Warrior class. But
right.
I'm scheduled to do at the Urban, I believe it's called the Urban Nerd Con. I'm scheduled to do a panel with Mac, played The Last Dragon. And
he just had a born day this week.
Yeah. And China, I forget China's last name. He actually was the stunt person for Lawrence Fishburne in the Matrix series.
Okay.
So
I don't know who that is.
A panel with them on movie choreography.
Ooh.
For those who don't know, I've choreographed a couple of fight scenes in movies. I was asked to do the choreography for him. Don't get mad at me, baby, if my wife is watching, because she still is upset about this. I was asked to do the choreography for Black Panther. I didn't believe Black Panther was going to be made. So I thought it was somebody bullshit. I said, yeah, right. Get out of here. Shortly after, a friend of mine who's a producer on Black Panther hit me up and said, did you talk to our person that wanted you to, be one of the choreographers? I said, oh my God. I think I missed that email. My wife said, you dissed these people. I told you, just talk to them. I thought it was spam, to be honest with you. So, we make those mistakes, or it's really not a mistake. Maybe, I think I could have got hurt on that. Like say that kind of shit. I could have got hurt on there. That's all. And I avoided something. Possible, but probably not. Lucy said, "Wait, what? Yes, mistakes we made." Gregory Jones said, "How can I get your books?" I gotta what do you call it? Repay for my website, which is chroniclesofharriet.com, so you can get it from me directly. But you can get it from the person, the thing that shall not be named, that they used to call the Minnow. They used to call them the homie Amazons. Get all my books on something like that. Just look up Balogun OJ Tade, and there's I think something like 42 books. Yeah. Can you raise that so you can see how my name is spelled? Yeah, like that. BALOGUN OJET. Get on the sequel.
OJ Tade.
Sequel. Which book? Get on the sequel for they already shot it. Belay's in it. Black Panther 2.
Oh yeah, sure enough.
I missed my COVID test, so.
KG. Oh, you supposed to be in it too? You missed the COVID test. I tried to order them through Sankofa Books in DC. I'm gonna have to talk to them. I believe Sankofa hit me up a while ago. I have to contact them and see. I know a friend of mine, Milton. I think his stuff is. I think he's in every black bookstore in the United States.
Wow.
He made that his mission. So I'll check on that, Gregory.
Yeah, you definitely should be, Baba.
Check us out, Smooth Rebel, when you come to Atlanta. We appreciate you.
What I would like to do, and this is the last thing I have to say, for those who are older, you remember those black book, what they call book fairs. I mean, not black, but those book fairs you used to have. You order your books, you're happy when you're a child, you're waiting for your books to come. They come in a box, and they give you books. And at our school, before I went to the school of so-called gifted, at our school, they would buy our books, like for children who couldn't afford them. Teachers would get together and buy the children books. It's really nice.
Oh, they ain't never happened where I grew up at.
Really?
You could tell you had black teachers. White teachers ain't give on. What?
Wow.
Sit your ass down somewhere.
Now the Harlem Book Fair, that's a whole nother level. That's huge, yes. And I plan to do the Harlem Book Fair one year, but I plan on doing an online book fair. Maybe we do a BPM book fair, something like that, where through Black Power Media books. So I know Kalanji has his book, How to Build a People's Army. Jared has his book. I think one book, and then he's edited another. I have 42 books. Not bragging, you know. I did kind of beat them a little bit on my books, but they probably outright me. And I'm sure somebody else on here has books. So, you know, we can do a thing like that. Now, we used to have a book mobile bus come to the school. Franny French, I actually plan to do a book mobile. My idea is to buy a SUV, have the books in the back, and my mother-in-law drive, and we go and, you know, around Atlanta and sell books. Just give my mother-in-law, you know, the job, stuff like that. So
that would be great.
Scholastic is always looking for black author books. Yeah, Scholastic has hit me up several times with children's books. That's a big challenge for me that I'm going to have to meet. Under 13, my wife has challenged me. To write for under 13 is hard for me. If you read my books, my fiction, you'll know why. I'm way out there. And all my stuff has martial arts, so it gets busy in it. So it's hard for me to, because people, you know, because everybody, I bought the book, Moses, the Chronicles of Harriet Tubman for my 8-year-old. Why you do that? You didn't hit me up first. Because in it, you know, Harriet gets her leg broken by a round kick from somebody, right? From a knoll, creature. Leg broken, it's all twisted. And then she's limping towards her vehicle. And by the time she gets to the vehicle, she's running. So I was showing the power of that, but to show the power that it gets graphic. There's other graphic things in there. So, not no graphic sex or nothing like that, but definitely graphic violence. So, for me, challenge is writing something that's exciting for somebody young. Now, I've written, just so you know, a couple of what's called game books. So the child reads the book, they'll say, you know, such and such and such. Do you go into the room to your left or right? If you go to your left, choose section 87. If you go to the right, choose section 24. There's some old books called fighting fantasy books from England that did it that way. And then, of course, you all may know of Choose Your Own Adventure books. So I have those type of books for youth. Siapu Rules the World, Siapu Saves the World, and Siapu has another one, Against the Horde. And in that book, use cards. So you read the book, when it gets to like fights or activities, you fighting the creature, use cards to see how it turns out. Then I have the book The Keys, that basically is like Choose Your Own Adventure, where you go from section to section based on the how you choose. Now those are good for somebody anywhere from 6 through adult. I have children to adults read those like those. So
And they're a lot of fun.
I have done those, but a straight fiction book for somebody like 8, 9 years old, that's a challenge for me. That's
Bob, I'm sorry. I just wanted to also jump in. We actually played one of your games, one of the card games on the air. So if anyone's interested in knowing more about how those games run based on Baba's description, you can actually find the episode that we did where we played one of Baba's games.
Yeah, that's an RPG role playing game, and it uses Uno cards. So I write several role playing games as well. Smooth Rebel said Kill City should be a movie. I agree. I've written Kill City 2. I'm just waiting to bring it out. It's in the queue. Brought out. In Kill City, just so you all know, and Belay should get this one. On the cover is 3 of my students, Ikenbola, Amosun, and Bumi, Shango Bumi. But in it, there's this girl who she studies African martial arts, and I won't tell you exactly, but her teacher teaches her traditional African martial arts in 52 blocks. It's a woman, not a girl. 52 blocks. And there's a murder mystery that takes place that involves martial arts. That should be a movie. You're right. In fact, I think I may transform that from a book into a film, and then we can shop that. I'll send it to y'all so y'all can see after that, and after I transform it. I think that's a viable one, Smooth Rebel. Thank you. Yeah.
Over Redeemer?
Now Redeemer is raw. If you haven't that one, and I don't normally brag on my books. Well, that one's raw. That's martial arts.
That is a movie. You did that to a movie. I'm saying you think that over.
That was a movie first.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I wrote that movie for Nollywood.
Oh, okay.
I wrote that, so people like, man, this is like the movie Jumper. The movie Jumper Jumper stole that. I won't say Jumper stole it from me. It's very similar to mine, and mine was written 2 years before. They were saying that in the panel one time, and Milton was like, I read that 2 years before the movie Jumper came out. Trust me. And it's better than Jumper. Wait, it's better than Jumper.
Mm-hmm. It's Anakin, right?
Well, a man goes back in time. I'll just tell you this part. He gets into a car accident, and the family that hit him is nursing him back to health. And he finds out the family that hit him were his parents. And he meets his young self. So he decides to save his young self from a life of crime because he's living a life of crime, wants to get out. Because he wanted to get out, his boss used him in an experiment on time travel. See if it'll work. So he wants to save himself from that life of crime. And it leads to a whole lot of wild shit. That's all I'll say. So that's Redeemer. Okay. Redeemer and Kill City, those are probably about the best for movie. And then, of course, Ice Cold Carter movie that I'm working on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give that to Belay. Belay then goes over it because we're partners in Ice Cold Carter now, for those who didn't know.
Oh, that's a Looper, I Manifesto.
Yeah, so that movie with Bruce Willis is Jumper. Yeah, Looper. That's what it's Looper.
Yeah.
That's the one that people were saying that mine.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were talking about, Jumper got Darth Vader in there.
It's got.
I can't remember what that was about.
Jumper has Samuel Jackson in it. But no, Samuel Jackson is in there. He cuts down the jumpers.
Mm-hmm.
In Jumper.
Yeah, but in Looper, that's Bruce Willis.
Right.
Bruce Willis, that movie, Looper, came out 2 years after Redeemer. Check Redeemers when it was brought out, and I wrote it 3 years before, but it was a movie in Nollywood first. Check that.
Yeah, well.
There was just a man was just shot 7 times during argument over chicken at anniversary party.
Oh yeah.
Again, like you said, arguing with people when y'all out there in public. If it ain't worth it, don't participate.
And then somebody shoot somebody over. For McDonald's or something.
Subway.
It was Subway.
Subway sandwich was made wrong. Arguing over Subway.
Made wrong, and they shot somebody.
They shot one of the employees.
Oh, I did see about that.
Lord have mercy. Have you considered writing a biography? Haven't lived long enough. That's called Build-A-Scroman, Gregory Jones. A lot of people do a Build-A-Scroman. A Build-A-Scroman means writing your life while you live. I guess you can't write your life while you're dead. But somebody like my mama who's 90 could write. That's a life well lived. She could write her life. I haven't done enough yet. So mine would just be a Build-A-Scroman. But thank you. If you would think I have a life worth writing about right now. Over too much mayo. That's terrible, Lorena. What does DNP and C? Okay, RNA is registered nurse assistant. What is DNP? I'm just curious. Yes. So autobiography, yes. You have to or done something incredible, like Malcolm X did the autobiography of Malcolm X. He was younger than I am now. He didn't live to my age, unfortunately. But he had done some incredible shit now, way beyond me. So he can do an autobiography. Okay. With me, not yet.
I don't know about
it'd be funny.
I think with an autobiography, excuse me. I think with an autobiography, it mainly depends on whether or not people can learn from your story. And there's definitely a lot that people can learn from your story, even so far, in your life, even in your youth that you're in right now. There's quite a bit that people can learn from you. Yeah. You have taught people for years. That in and of itself tells you that there's quite a bit.
Well, that might maybe a martial arts biography. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, who's done that?
Biography done of black. So there's a video called Men of Black Steel or something like that. I mean, they did a video of martial art masters. Who've done some stuff in America, and I didn't feel I should have been in the video, but they couldn't get my old man. He's like, I'm not interested in doing that. So they had a lot of people I admire, and a friend of mine put my name in the hat. At that time, I was not ready to be that in that film. Maybe now, I don't know, but back then, it was a great book. Now, it's based off of a book that was written. That book I'm not in. That book was great. That book has some great, stellar black martial artists. But something like that needs to be done again. Because we're losing them. We lost Clint E. We lost several of our greats, actually. Last year and year before, to COVID. So it probably needs to be done, before it can't be. We have just a few legitimate black martial art masters still alive. Just so you all know.
Yeah, well,
So people ask me, where can I go to learn? I'm in so-and-so city. I used to say, well, go to so-and-so, so-and-so. Now I can't do it because most of the people I would have recommended, they're gone. Except for literally one handful. One handful. So thank you all.
Baba, there's actually two things in the chat. Lorena responded that she has a doctorate in nurse anesthesia.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Right, and also Smooth Rebel is asking about the African martial arts, discovering the warrior within. He's saying that it's priced very high on Amazon right now.
Yeah, so 2,500, 3,000. Look, if you want to send me 2,500, send it to me. But that ain't got nothing
I got
to do with
one.
African martial arts, discovering the warrior within. I wrote it. It was published by somebody else, a rap giant. That's all I'm gonna say. And that rap giant took it off the marketplace. So I don't know why. Haven't spoken with the rap giant about that. But I would never charge $2,500 for no goddamn book. So it's not me. Just so you know, Smooth Rebel. Never. If I charge you $2,500 for a book, that bad boy has some of the most, the most brilliant treatise about martial arts, and it probably is about 87,000 pages long. All right, full color, glossy paper, hardback. That is the only way I'm gonna charge you $2,500. I'm still gonna feel guilty. So no.
It could come with free classes.
Free classes for the rest of your life.
No, for like 2 years.
And you could have my next child. No, never that. But $2,500 for a book. I have paid $500 for a book myself. I would not expect you all not to do that. I am a bibliophile, and $500 for me was like, God damn, but I gotta get this book. And I can't liberate it. I can't set it free. Otherwise, it would have to be liberated for them even charging that much. But I didn't have the power to do that one. So I got the book, and I didn't get it by myself. I went halvesies with my wife. So we got the book together, right? That's about the most I'm gonna pay for a book.
I paid $70 for Stolen Legacy.
Yeah.
I think that's the most I paid.
When I looked at the cover, it said Stolen Legacy. I said, oh, okay. I took that bad boy. And
well, no, they did. You can only get it on the internet. And it rarely popped up.
Yeah. I mean, I did that years ago. Don't steal, y'all. Don't steal.
Yeah.
I did that many years ago. I was young and wild. No, I did it years ago. But so I had a room when I was 17, 18, literally in our apartment. My mom was filled with books. I probably paid for 2 of them. I tell you this story so you don't follow my path. The only thing that I ever stole was books. I had to have them, had to read them. I liberated those bad boys from every bookstore in downtown Chicago because they were making millions and I was making nothing, and I needed those books. But
sounds like a good reason.
But don't do that. Don't follow my path. And please don't steal my books. I know Steal This Book by Abby Hoffman. Still hush it. Please don't steal my my books when you see them in the bookstore. Because you see mine in the bookstore, it's in a black bookstore. Like, they used to be in Borders, but Borders no longer exists. Probably because they took my books, sold my book. That's probably why they don't exist. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Stay black, whatever it is that you may be. Be safe out here. That's been the order of the day. Peace. And thank y'all for rocking with us. Thank you all, Monique and Belay, for rocking with me.
Thank you, Bob.
It's just going to get better. And next week, get ready. Get your questions together, Belay and Monique, so we can ask us, because I got them for y'all.
Okay, yeah, just as long as the chat's not getting questions together. I'm just kidding. Yo, you can ask whatever you want to ask.
I'm going to ask.
I got a bunch of skeletons.
I'm going to ask, has Belay ever had a hairstyle like yours? That's that would be dope.
I think you might be surprised.
I might be surprised if that's the case.
Don't ask me if I've ever had a Jerry curl. Don't ask me that. All right. Love y'all.
Have you ever had a twist out?
Thank you, Franny Finch.
All right. Love y'all. Peace.
Twist out. No, I've had twist. Peace.
I'll be safe.